So, hi, my name is Miguel Gonzalez, and today I'm going to talk about my 6-week project with Vodafone, which is one of the leading telecommunication providers in the country and part of the Vodafone Group, the second biggest telecom conglomerate in the world. My project revolves around Net Promoter Scores, and we're going to talk a little bit about what that is. So take a look at this question. Would you recommend us to a friend? Now, this question forms the basis of the Net Promoter Scoring, and it's generally answered in surveys by customers with a score between 0 and 10. And it has a follow-up question in a free text form in which customers can actually explain why they gave that particular score. Now, this is the basis of Net Promoter Scoring, but the way we calculate that score is by dividing the range between 0 and 10 into 3 bands, as you can see here, and then we subtract what we call the percentage of detractors from the percentage of promoters. So in this project, I wanted to tackle 2 fronts. On one side, I wanted to detect who was a potential detractor from the entire customer base, not only the surveyed customers. And I wanted to identify the key loyalty drivers. So from that free text answer, I wanted to understand what topics were customers talking about. So in order to build the customer classifier, we focused on customers that will potentially score 5 and 6. That's very close to the boundary that will move a customer from detractor into the passive band, or even with that exceptionally well-targeted marketing campaign, it could move it all the way to promoter. Now, in order to do this, we use customer data. This is a database that Vodafone has for the entire customer base that contains around 200 features. This is information like what kind of phone did you buy, and when was the last time you did a customer service call, that kind of thing. This data contains all this information. What we want to do is find 5 and 6s there. So to do that, we have the results of NPS surveys, Net Promoter Score surveys, that produce the labels. This information was collected for around 18 months. And then we labeled a subset of the total data with that information, run a classifier, and then we have an estimation of who is potentially a 5 and a 6 to be targeted in a marketing campaign. Now, this tool obviously it has a remarkable accuracy, and it would allow Vodafone to target the customer service and the marketing campaigns in a much better way, potentially increasing the effectiveness of such campaigns and therefore customer satisfaction, which is key here. Secondly, we go with topic modeling. This is using that free text answer of specifying reasons, and here we use an LDA pipeline. This is latent direct allocation, and we could identify the key loyalty drivers in the data. As you can see, the topics here are very internally consistent, which means that the topic modeling pipeline is working beautifully. There was several validation tests on this, but we can see graphically that the separation of topics and key loyalty drivers from these texts, the things that customers care about, is very clear. This is a 2-dimensional embedding, and as you can see, the separation is almost like textbook ideal. Now, with this tool, Vodafone is going to be able to detect loyalty drivers very quickly, see how they change over time, and do that in an automated way. This process at the moment is done manually, so it takes longer than it would take with my tool. And ultimately, this all leads to a better customer experience and levels of customer satisfaction, which is what we're looking for. So my outcomes are, we managed to find detractors with a classifier model, a machine learning classifier model. And we managed to find the reasons why those detractors might score one way or another, 0 to 10. So we want to find the key loyalty drivers for customers. My name is Miguel Gonzalez, and that was my project with Vodafone. Thank you.